All right. We got sexy new tires. New tires for Katya. And because of the shit weather, it's very cold. It's wet. It's windy. We're just going home. Yep, she's going right back into the garage. It's unfortunate, but we're ready for the season now. Coolant change. Absolutely fantastic tires. Bike feels good. The wind feels bad. Shit. At gusts of like 50 miles an hour right now. You guys may not even be able to hear me, but I had to record despite feeling under the weather, despite the shit weather, the real weather. I have 200 subscribers on YouTube, and you guys are awesome. Sorry I haven't made more videos. I did intend to ride through the winter, but for those of you that have been with me a little longer, I took a new job about 300 miles from home, which has severely crunched my ability to just hop on and ride. And I didn't get a chance to. Plus, the throwaway vehicle, not really throwaway, but Simon the Scoot didn't want to start through the winter. Every time I try to go fire him up, even with starting fluid, just crapo. I'm beginning to suspect that it actually wasn't a starting issue, it was a kill switch issue. I think the kill switch has some gunk on it. Because it's kind of intermittent. It seems like wiggling this switch will get it going. Which is a shame, because I could have done some stupid shit on the scooter in the snow. Scooters in snow are fun. I couldn't find like a dirt tire for it. I wanted something a bit aggressive so I could have a chance at some traction. Ooh. Yeah, that wasn't going to break it loose. The old tires were pretty well worn. They weren't a super great compound either, I don't think. Come to think of it, I don't actually know what model they were, but they were a Bridgestone Battle Axe. So, somewhere in that range. These are the GTs, Pilot Road 4 GTs, and absolutely everywhere I looked, these were highly recommended. They are factory install on some of the newer, bigger Beamers, the R1200, I believe, and universally loved. Just fantastic, as have been the entire range of Pilot Road series, the 2s, 3s as well. The GT is a bit stiffer with a harder compound on the middle, and I believe a very similar compound to the standard Pilot Road 4 on the sides. And this is, of course, the upgraded from the 3. Made a few changes. One of the best breakdowns I've seen is on Revzilla. Revzilla guys, I love you. They're not paying me yet. You know, Revzilla, if you're out there, if you're watching this, let me know. Because you guys are amazing. We could do beautiful things together. But they're not paying me. I absolutely love the way Anthony runs out all the products. Does a great job explaining the positives, the negatives, if there are any. Always a well-balanced review. You know, obviously they want to sell stuff, but I love the way they approach it. Kind of put everything out there, and you know, it's pretty obvious they don't censor reviews on their site. They've got, you know, all the good, all the bad, all the inane. But their breakdown of the Pilot Road 4, including the differences for the GT model, is the best I've seen. There's a lot of people out there who have commented on forums and things and you know, back that up, but Anthony cuts right to the chase of it. A few-minute video, you know, shows the actual tire, rolls it around, plays with it, and gives you a sense for not only what it looks like. I mean, the tread on this looks aggressive. It's not like a racy tread, but it's a, you know, it's an all-round tire, and it just looks so much better at clearing water, and that's apparently what these are known for being just exemplary at. So I'm excited about that because I was having some, not hydroplaning issues, but traction issues in even very light amounts of water on the road. And towards the end of last season, I was kind of regretting not replacing my tires sooner. I've said it before, I absolutely hate putting a brand new set of tires on at the end of a season. It's just a bummer. Even better, I much prefer putting big tires on, fresh tires on, right before a long trip. So you've got the best possible meat for the trip, and hopefully, depending on how hard you ride, you've got a little tread left after. But another thing, I've got to give a shout out to Cycle Tech in Milton. Mike was fantastic. Had this turned around in less than 2 days' time, and had an excellent price on the tires. In fact, came in about $150 less than the low end of what I estimated this would cost. And I'm really pleased. Get a really good vibe from the guy, which is always good. Look at the fucking angle I'm riding at here. Oh my! Alright, so I'll sit with the bike here. These open fields are just murder! I don't think that's 50-mile-an-hour gusts, but we're getting like a steady 30-mile-an-hour wind here. Oh man, yeah, that was nuts. Katya plowed right through it though. She's a good girl. Sprightly for her old age. She's like, what, 18 now, I think. Holy shit, Katya's 18th birthday party. Take her out, get her wet, stuff her back in the garage. Yeah, that's good. A little wind pushing me towards the semis. Considerations for windy riding. If you can avoid it, just don't. I mean, it's absolutely possible. God, I'm dying here. If you can avoid riding on a windy day, I'd say do it. I mean, if you have to ride or if you're really comfortable with it, go for it by all means. But especially newer riders, wind is a lot to deal with. In addition, you're wasting some of your power just in fighting the wind, especially if you're heading into the wind. It can be a real problem for smaller bikes. Mrs. Shinyside on her original 175 had just an absolutely awful day where the wind had picked up while we were enjoying a ride and ended up going farther. And 45 minutes of riding dead into the wind and a little strung out 175. The poor thing couldn't cope. She was struggling. It was one of her first big outings, and it frustrated her to no end. Now, it was relatively safe, but to compensate, she ended up keeping the bike in third gear, running it pretty close to redline for an extended period, which, of course, I advised against, mostly because I have to fix the fucking thing. But it made it. I ended up dropping it at family a little closer, and then taking her home on mine, going back and picking it up later. I'm really tempted to dig in on this, but common sense is telling me just take it easy while you get these tires kind of broken in. There, we'll lay on it. Well, it did slip a bit. That was under pretty good acceleration, and it is still damp, what Top Gear would call greasy. You can see the tire tracks are clear, but there's still moisture there, you know? It's not properly dry, and it's certainly not warm. That was really graceful, though, and that's what I want. I don't want something that's gone in an instant, right? You don't want it to just completely fail. You want to feel that threshold, and I feel pretty good about that. But, all right, guys, that is it for me. Thanks for 200 subscribers. Thanks for sticking with me through the off season. And get ready for more rambling rants on the highway, because that's what we're going to be seeing a lot of. I'll try to find some cool roads, but you never know. Until next time, keep it shiny side up.